Hey, what's up, you guys? DHR2. So I just came off a really great episode of episode 8 of Beast Morphers, and I have to say Nate and Steel are basically the star of the episode. And I have to say Beast Morphers is really a great season so far. We had well, 7 episodes, but episode 7 was not good in my opinion. That's why I didn't want to do a review of it. But I think episode 8 was really a kickstarter of how to do a great Power Rangers show. You can tell Chip Lynn is actually writing this episode, and he wrote this episode. So what I love about this episode is when Nate was he was about to go to the woods by himself to find an insect DNA, so that he could become the Gold Ranger, a praying mantis, and which I believe a beetle or a bug or whatever. So the Rangers ended up going to the woods by himself. So he was able to get the DNAs, but the Rangers had to go do some work. Then Blaze and Roxy ended up kidnapping Nate, crushing his communicator. And then we see the Rangers fighting the Tronics, which was really nice. No talking while fighting, which was nice and refreshing. Then we cut to the scene when Blaze and Roxy were at a warehouse about to, they created a time portal machine to free Evox, and Nate just got finished building his robot companion, but Tronics ended up taking it in front of the time machine thing so the Evox can escape and transport himself into Steel's body. But that didn't end up going so well. So Nate transported his blaster to stop Evox from escaping from Cyber Dimension and onto Steel's body. So once he activated the Morph Axe, it causes Nate to become the Gold Ranger, and Steel becomes the Silver Ranger, which was a great debut, and they both ended up wiping the floor with Tronics and Blaze and Roxy all together. So the Rangers were fighting the monster by themselves, but ended up getting dethroned by him until Nate and Steel ended up coming to their rescue and destroying the monster while the Rangers were in Megazord battle and defeating the monster by themselves. Nate and Steel ended up defeating him also. So an episode ends when Commander of the Rangers were praising Nate for defending himself along with Silver, and they all ended owing Nate an apology for not being able to defend himself, which he actually did. And Ben and Betty were actually more helpful in this episode. And all I have to say is that this was one of the greatest episodes I've ever seen in years. Great debut, great story written for Nate and Silver. Like I said, they were the MVP of this episode. I'm giving this episode 5 Devin Hughes out of 5 because, like I said, this episode was good. And you enjoyed this video, DHR2. See you later.